Welcome, Mongoloids, to By the Bulb podcast. I'm Brian.
Bub the Bub. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Tony.
And today's date, what is today's date? It's July 20th?
July 16th.
Jesus.
16th.
Getting ahead of myself. Nice little break there, I guess. It's been a bit, but we are back, and we got some stuff to talk about. What you got, Tony? Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Obviously, the big thing this past week. Lots of cool stuff. If you're, if you're fans of superhero stuff,
there's a lot of junk.
A lot of juice, and also some good horror movie news, in my opinion. Tony, you want to kick it off? What you got?
Well, I mean, we just got done watching the trailer for Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen it.
I just saw it because I live in a cave. I just watched it. It was pretty rad.
It looks
good.
I
think. I don't really know I'm not, as you guys may have gathered from other podcasts, I'm not the biggest comic book guy, but I'm always interested in these movies. I just don't really know who most of these characters are. I mean, obviously I know Harley Quinn, and I know the Joker, but other than that,
and you got Batman in there.
Oh yeah,
right
Batman's
there,
in there.
front center.
Yeah.
I hope you got insurance.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. We're Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang. They don't show the boomerang once in the trailer. From what I've seen, maybe it's in there, and it's just it's not as pronounced. But I've seen the trailer a few times, and I've not seen him throw a boomerang.
Okay, you haven't seen it.
No,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, he's just because he's got the Aussie accent.
Yeah,
right.
You know what they say about the crazies.
Sorry about the crazies.
Huh?
Yeah. And I like aside from characters, that song that they use.
Really good.
I don't know who originally wrote that song. I know that it's in Zoolander. I want to say it's
but the
Wallflowers do that. I know Faith No More covered it, but nice use of that.
Nice use of that.
Good stuff, good action. Lots of that. But I gotta say, all right, I don't want to be a Debbie Downer about it. But okay, Harley Quinn. I got a little.
You don't like the casting or the way that it is, or with the
Margot Robbie?
No, dude. Okay, here's the thing. Harley Quinn, I have an idea of in my head. I mean, just from animated series and all that stuff.
Mr. J.
No, and that's fine. But even Margot Robbie, who I only know from Wolf of Wall Street, and it's not. She was okay, but she, one of the, when you look at your girlfriend, I'm getting aroused by this R-rated film here, But she's, it's great. I think that's a perfect pairing. But when I look at it, I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole art direction with the Joker being tatted up, and she's got tattoos on her face, and her hair looks like, I don't know, popsicles or something.
Supposed to be grungy,
yeah. I don't know. I just don't think I dig that so much. And that's just disappointment, minor. But it's Harley Quinn. I thought, her screen debut. I was hoping for a little bit more.
You're looking for more classic Harley.
Maybe a little bit of leather.
Because the past few Harleys that have been in the video games, for the Batman video games, and every time Harley's featured, I think she was in the fighting game too. What was the?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean that features a
Injustice.
grungier looking Harley, where she's just she's got kind of dyed, rooted hair with colors on the ends of it, and she's wearing sluttier costumes and things like that.
Yeah.
But I think they were definitely drawing more on that than the classic animated series Harley or the other ones.
I think it's more. It's also
I
more
like it, man. I'm digging Margot Robbie in that role.
If you think about it, it's also I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense for the movie because all those other portrayals of her are before she's in jail, and this is what's happened to her after jail.
Yeah.
So maybe she'd probably be different.
But I mean, whoever is just coming up with the tattoos on these designs. That, get that guy out of there. That's ridiculous. The one that she has on her face, what is it, Rotten?
Yeah.
She's got Rotten just tattooed on her face.
Man.
Come on.
Dude.
Right.
I saw
everything
a post,
else about Margot Robbie in that role I love.
I saw a post on Tumblr that said, Suicide Squad looks like the movie that Hot Topic's been saving their money since 2001 to make.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I also, it's like, just since we're on the Suicide Squad subject, I heard this as a rumor. I don't know if it has any sort of validity at all, but we've all been kind of complaining about the Joker's new look and the way Leto's portraying it. But in the Batman Superman trailer, you see... No, it's a Suicide Squad trailer. In the Suicide Squad trailer, you see the suit that's all messed up with the Robin.
Oh, that's Batman.
That's Batman.
That is Batman.
Superman. We just watched those back to back.
Yeah, so that's why I'm kind of confused. They all look the same. And then in that, you see the Joker like written, "The joke's on you, Batman." It's a Robin costume. You see the big old R on there. So obviously, Robin's in the world. We don't know if we're gonna get Dick Grayson running around as Nightwing or if he just killed Jason Todd. But a rumor that's out there right now is that this Joker isn't the original Joker. He's actually Jason Todd after he was beaten and tortured.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's why he looks like that, and like that. If that's the reason, yes, I'm totally behind that. That makes way more sense. And they're kind of trying to allude to the fact that the original Joker is dead or he's gone somewhere, and that's Heath Ledger's Joker from the other Batman movies. Now they can't come out and say it because that's Nolan's Batman.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's kind of the rumor I heard, and I'd excuse everything if that's what's going on.
That would be a good way to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Good way, clever way to cover your ass and
exactly.
satisfy everybody at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And honestly, I think Jared Leto, I don't know. I think Jared Leto's a good actor personally.
I'm sure he's
not
going to
gonna
bring
argue
something
that,
to the table.
Yeah.
It's just the look of it. It's just hard. It's kind of hard. Just the tattoos.
Well, the
grill's
the grill
okay.
makes him sound a little like
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really have any complaints.
And just that laugh, it seems like he was really channeling like a 1960s Joker.
Yeah.
It's like, so we're gonna do makeup. Can you shave your mustache? No, I cannot.
This is and Romero didn't give a shit.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just call me with the purest Harley Quinn thing. Like, and you're right. Like now that I think about it, Injustice totally has.
Yeah. It's that style.
So maybe I'll go and play with her character a couple more times, and we'll warm
just
up
sorts
to
of
one
feelings
another.
out.
See what
Sorts of feelings. What you got, Jared?
What's next? Well, let's see. We watched. Let's have a superhero sandwich. I'm gonna put some horror in the middle of that superhero.
No, I
sandwich.
like it. Yeah.
We also just watched the Ash vs. the Evil Dead trailer, and boy howdy, does it look quite spectacular. It looks like it's everything that was awesome about the first movies, plus,
Yeah.
Yeah, we had this conversation
Yeah.
about just horror in general, and I don't know, I was smiling ear to ear.
it's fun. It's
every
funny.
time I've watched it.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
hilarious.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That
is the one trailer I saw for the first time today. Though I also have been off my game, but it looks fucking good.
Yeah. And we can sit here and gush about it, but I'm just trying to think like long run there, okay? Because who do you know that has stars?
Right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't have.
I'm not gonna get it. Like,
well, I don't know. Maybe they'll make a deal or something with like some sort of streaming service.
Well, as from what I remember, as far as Stars was like the one that was always free because they were trying to get more people to subscribe to
right,
Stars.
like every few months you get
nobody's
it.
fucking watching Stars.
Totally.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe it'll draw. I'm hoping it'll draw more people to it because I don't know. If they make that, then maybe they'll keep making some more awesome series. Doesn't necessarily have to be horror series, but like they've been lagging. Obviously, like no one has fucking Stars unless you have like the free package or you just you get like the HBO package and it comes with like Stars and Encore and like who the fuck watches that shit.
Well, it's going to be pirated a ton for sure.
Oh,
and I'm the kind of guy that likes to think like worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. If it only runs for one season and that's it, and they just pull the plug on it. I mean, they're half-hour-long episodes, 10 episodes. That's 300 minutes of, Ash and Evil Dead and Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi.
Yeah, that's still like
300 more minutes than I had, prior to that. So. Success either way, it's. I'm just looking forward to that.
And I think that was Lucy Lawless in the trailer, right?
Lucy
which I think is because Sam Raimi. I don't know if you guys But Sam Raimi produced a lot of like those like 90s adventure shows. Like he produced Xena, Warrior Princess.
Did he Hercules?
Yeah, he produced Hercules. He produced another show that starred Bruce Campbell called Jack of All Trades.
Huh. Never heard of that one.
It was kind of like Buccaneer-ish. Like, I mean, it wasn't much, but like Bruce, I think it didn't last very long.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember watching many episodes of it.
Did he do Briscoe County Jr.?
I don't know what that is.
No?
No.
It's just, it was on Fox, like it's with Bruce Campbell, and he, I don't know, it's like this sort of like cowboy, like, you know, space cowboy sort of thing.
Adventures of Briscoe County Jr., 1993 to 1994. That looks rad as shit.
He finds some like orb that, I don't know, he pulls like chunks of it out and they have special powers. I don't remember exactly. I remember watching it as a kid. Haven't seen it in years, but
yeah, that I don't think that
memories.
was the creators are Jeffrey Boehm and Carlton Cuse. But let's see, Jack of all trades, because that also came up. Anyway.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. That's so it's pretty sweet. At the end of it looks like they're doing a bunch of practical effects. You know, some digital stuff here and there, but I mean the blood's squirting all over the place.
Yeah.
It's great. The white eyeballs.
Yeah, no,
The white eyeballs.
Even the camera's movement is all the same.
It's
Everything's the
Raimi.
same.
Right,
It's all-
exactly.
It looks so dope.
It really, really does. And I got, you know, butterflies in my stomach waiting for that one. So yeah, I guess, I don't know. We're going to talk about X-Men Apocalypse for a second.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for it, but it was one of the bootleg, you know, Comic-Con trailers.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the HD to come out, so I still haven't even seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have not
Because
seen it
the only
either.
thing I could find was that bootleg, and it just like half the screen wasn't even showing most of the time. And it's just like,
Right.
they should release it. Why hasn't it been released?
Well, it's, you know, with the Suicide Squad thing, like, it forced them to release
Yeah,
the trailer,
exactly.
you know?
So everybody should just be following suit.
Yeah, jerks.
Joiks.
But I saw, you know, a shitty version of it. Saw this blue figure walking around.
Yeah.
Oh man, you know, and he's only like an inch taller than everybody else. And so I looking at some pictures online and stuff, and man, Apocalypse is just one of the juggernauts of the Marvel universe.
Yes.
With, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
Besides Juggernaut, but he's a huge, just massive figure. You can't see it, audience, but I have a little toy here, a little Apocalypse
little
toy,
Apocalypse.
just
as a solemn reminder.
Put it in the
absolutely,
reference.
for sure, a little visual.
We'll do a
reference.
side by side with
Yeah,
Apocalypse and Ivan Ooze, and you'll see.
Ivan Ooze. Yeah, they definitely Ivan Oozed him up, huh?
Yeah.
Why?
Why did they make him?
Why?
Why?
Be more constructive with your feedback.
Why?
Yeah, I don't get it. So that doesn't look that great. But you know, Storm looked great. She had the white mohawk thing going on.
Yeah. Mohawk Storm. Oh.
Yeah. Pretty sweet, right? But yeah, I mean, I guess you guys haven't really seen it yet, so there's not that much to talk about. Just visually, sort of. And I don't, you know, there I go again, being like, I don't like this, and I don't like that.
But I don't know. If you, I don't know.
Brian's
Sometimes
totally the
people just,
curmudgeon
like,
of the By the Bowl podcast.
Sometimes people take it too far. Maybe it started out cool like that, and the guy was doing the sketches and was like, Lance, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking.
Do you remember the Power Rangers movie?
An American classic.
That.
Yeah, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw it, though, is like, well, not the first thing, but I thought of this, is that you know, Marvel, the MCU is able to pull off Thanos. I know he hasn't really been in action yet, but he's, you know,
Looks rad. Looks rad
right.
as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, if you could do that, how come you can't, you know?
Right.
But yeah, they blue-faced him up. How many blue characters are there in X-Men now?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Blue.
They blew themselves.
They blew themselves.
So yeah, that's it. Unless you had anything more to say about Batman versus Superman there.
Well, Batman vs Superman. I don't know. I don't really. Okay, you guys. Explain to me why Batman and Superman are fighting.
Because in the last Superman movie, Superman kind of didn't. He wasn't really in
quite
control.
super.
He wasn't. Yeah, he basically demolished his entire city and probably killed hundreds of thousands of people.
Okay.
So Batman's like, well, I gotta check this guy because this is ridiculous.
You gotta pop him one.
Yeah. That's what it is. It's just and if you look
This
at the
is
trailer,
ridiculous.
it's just ridiculous. Says Ben Affleck. I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna show him what's up.
Yeah, destroy my neighborhood. I'll pop you in the mouth.
I'll show you how you do it.
Fucking Brooklyn, baby.
But in the trailer, it looks like some of the carnage caused by Superman in the first movie may have led to the death of somebody who was important to Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Also making it so he sees him as the enemy.
It's personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there's some of that going on, and then there is just been a bunch of times in the comics where Batman and Superman have clashed.
Yeah.
Totally. And this.
Also, let's talk Jesse Eisenberg. What the fuck?
Dude, fuck. I know. Every time I see him now, and every time I hear something about him, just makes me like him less and less.
Yeah.
And then for a while, I really, I was Jesse Eisenberg, whatever. He's like the other Michael Cera, but it's okay. It's okay. He's like the smarter one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I loved Zombieland.
Yeah, Zombieland was great.
I don't know if you guys have ever. There's this movie called Squid and the Whale that he did before.
Yeah, that's an excellent movie.
That's a really good movie. But yeah, no, man.
He was also complaining about Comic-Con. He said it was one of the worst experiences he's had in his life.
Because he's a fucking baby bone.
Yeah. Like just people wanted to talk to him, about the movie. Probably getting some hate because someone's gonna be there. At Comic-Con, like, fuck you, Jesse. You're no Lex. Shave your head. This isn't the Social Network.
And also, why haven't they because I remember it was Gene Hackman in the Superman movies, and then in the Superman cartoon they made Lex Luthor black. So
no,
they did.
They
was
did.
He supposed to be black?
He was supposed to be black. I mean, as far as I always just thought of him as black. Yeah,
it's
Black Lex.
Voiced by the guy. Oh, God. I'll get back to you on that. Right. It's a white guy for sure.
But
yeah.
Well, I mean, I always thought of that as Black Lex, and Black Lex is one of the better Lexes.
Yeah, why can't you just cast it? It's the same thing with what they're doing with Spider-Man. Why couldn't you cast Donald Glover as Spider-Man, or why couldn't you cast
Miles? Yeah, they went the white.
Yeah.
And I remember someone there was some rumor where they were just like, yeah, it's official, it's Miles, it's Miles Spider-Man, and I would have been behind that. The other Spider-Man just happened, we can have a totally different one. And
they basically were like, hey, you remember, let's just have Spider-Man keep being a skinny white dude. And it's and it's I don't know.
Oh, but this time he's in high school, so.
I know Stan Lee was like, that's not the Spider-Man everyone loves, you gotta have Peter Parker.
Listen, true believers, he's white.
True believers!
Yeah, but he sucks as Lex Luthor. I mean, he's just a smart. I mean, if he's trying to just make you hate him, mission accomplished. Because I hate the shit out of him.
Dude.
The oldest lie in American history. Does that even make sense?
Yeah.
The oldest lie in American history is that the danger's going to come from below, but it comes from above. What?
Now in the first trailer they have that line, and but you just kind of get that part. You don't get the oldest line in American history. I don't think that was there.
Okay.
I think it was just that the devils come from underneath us instead they come from above. And then with all the visual stuff going on with Superman in the sky, when there's the fucking flare in the camera and the cape's going everywhere, that seemed badass. But then you got this trailer, you got Eisenberg saying the same fucking line but adding on that American history lie thing, and it just kind of ruined it.
He just sounds like that shitty dude who went to who was in high school with you.
Yeah.
No, I believe that's incorrect.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, just looking down his nose at everybody and thinking shit doesn't stink in general. Yeah, I get that feeling, and maybe that's how this Lex Luthor is going to be.
What's up with the hair, man?
Wow. Yeah, right.
Get rid of it.
I mean, maybe it's looking that bad because he's got a bald cap underneath it because he's just gonna get blown away.
That's right.
Maybe
Ben Affleck just comes in at night and just shaves his head.
Maybe he also is gonna play.
Sneaks out the window.
Maybe he's gonna play older Pete in the Pete and Pete reboot, and that's why.
Oh, Pete and Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was Pete's brother Pete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's where he stood. Right where he went. All right. Anyway, But I guess more about that trailer because there's a lot of good stuff happening. Like you had mentioned before, the Robin costume, which is really good.
Yeah.
And
Batman's armor looks fucking dope.
Batman's armor looks great. How about what do you think about Wonder Woman?
I think that there's one shot that's just it's a quick shot, but the edit, the motion of it, it didn't look right. Like, she wasn't. I didn't really believe it. You know, she kind of like turns around like she's gonna do a super punch, and then there's this big, huge shockwave thing, and she's like, you couldn't use a better take. Like, God, that looked terrible.
Yeah, I was sort of disappointed in that woman's casting. I'm not gonna lie to you, just because I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
You know, she's an Amazon, like not some, chick on
this. I 100% agree with
Topanga Mall over there.
Yeah, she's just. We need a meteor Amazon.
Right?
You need someone that actually look like she can kick Superman's ass.
Oh yeah,
and I don't believe it.
Some nice thighs.
I think Aisha Tyler would make it good.
There you go.
No, that's
she's got an Amazon feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, man, she's just. Anyway,
so that's Comic-Con pretty much. They did. I don't know if you guys saw just extra stuff. They did like a behind the scenes thing for Star Wars.
Oh, what?
Oh yeah.
I didn't see that.
That was great.
Yeah,
that was so fucking cool.
With that.
I watched that. That got a little teary eyed.
Well, yeah, because it's Star Wars. You have to.
Pretty damn cool.
Yeah. I think the end of it. Oh, I won't ruin it because you just gotta see it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll take a break and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah.
I'll be like, you guys.
Let's take a smoking pause break. We'll be back after this.
New from Lego DC Universe Superheroes, Two-Face has robbed a bank. Transform your hero and join forces with Batman. You can build the Batmobile, arm the weapons, and blast into action. Fire the missiles. Capture the village to save the city. New from Lego DC Universe Superheroes. Each set sold separately.
There's a cereal in the neighborhood. New Slimer ghosts, fruit-flavored oats. Ghostbusters with milk and juice and toast. A complete breakfast with the ghosts. Ghostbusters!
If you liked Ghostbusters the movie, you'll love the real thing. You can win a trip to the real Ghostbusters headquarters. Bring a friend and meet a real Ghostbuster. Ghostbusters! Look for the record in specially marked boxes of Ghostbusters Cookie Crisp and Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're back.
We're back, you guys.
Yeah, so just watched that little Star Wars thingamajig.
Behind the scenes, and... Whoa!
Yeah.
That was oh my god. Oh my god.
Like, you just imagine being on set that day that JJ's like, here we are, first day of Star Wars Episode 7, and not being like,
you guys!
Right. Like, I'm surprised it wasn't louder.
Yeah, exactly. They were kind of toned down. They were, keeping
probably
it cool.
exhausted.
I think that part, like, such a big reason why the prequels were so lame compared to the old movies were, like, the lack of practical effects.
Yeah.
And the fact that the actors didn't know what they were fucking looking at most of the time. Like, if you watch the prequels, it's either, like, action scenes or people walking and talking and looking at a wall or standing in a room and looking at a wall.
Yeah.
And it's bullshit. But this looks awesome. This looks so awesome. Practical effects. I mean, obviously you got to use some green screen.
Yeah.
Some of that, but like, practical effects,
they showed the
real sets
on some of the aliens.
The actual miniature, the crash landed TIE fighter was so cool looking.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then you
my
think
God.
about that trailer and what is really in that shot. There,
yeah, and it's like the giant Star Destroyer must have been a miniature.
All that's dude. Just fantastic and heartwarming, I'd say.
And I can't remember the actor, but the guy who the original Chewbacca is
that guy.
Yeah. And he sits down and he's got the mask on. He does a little call.
Yeah. He looks like a giant Howard Stern.
Oh God. Yeah, if Howard Stern wasn't like a radio talk show host,
Right.
he'd probably be dressing up in outfits, doing kid parties.
Being all fuzzy.
But yeah, I mean, you got it narrated there by Mark Hamill, which is good. He's looking good. I've seen him look really bad.
Yeah.
Obviously, post Star Wars days, but
Well, he also didn't he get into I don't know if it was before Return of the Jedi or after Return of the Jedi, but he got into a crazy ski accident.
Yeah, that's why they made that scene where he got scratched up by that.
Tauntaun.
No.
No.
Oh no, the Wampa.
The Wampa.
There you go. Yeah, and that's so it was after A New Hope, and then that just like happened. However it happened, like poor guy, but yeah, still I'd say he's looking good. Yeah, that's this Christmas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just end summer and get through this already.
Oh my god.
But for Dom Hall Gleason, I know I said earlier I didn't know who he was, but his character name is General Hux. I'm assuming, yes, he is.
I
he's
like
British,
that
so
guy.
you knew he had to be.
Well, yeah, but he. I don't know. He's good. I don't know. I still haven't seen Ex Machina. I heard that was fucking rad.
Neither have I. Yeah.
I have
really
seen.
good. I saw
There's.
that, yeah.
I don't know if anybody's seen the show Black Mirror, but he's on an episode and he's really good in that.
And that is one of the creepier
That's one of the best episodes. Yeah.
Nice. I have to check that. Yeah, because I still got to check out that Black Mirror
It's like
stuff you guys have been recommending.
it's like Twilight Zone plus extreme gut wrenching torture to yourself.
just the first
'Cause it's like
episode
every
fucking
episode
kicks
is
it
just
to
like
80.
well, the first episode's kind of humorous in a fucked up way, but then after that, every episode is just like, wow, fuck, man, you can't just binge watch it because after every episode, you just have to think about
you
some
had
shit.
to you have to take a break.
Yeah.
I was gonna just watch all the episodes because there's not that many in the season.
No, and some of them are like 45 minutes, some of them are an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It varies. It's a BBC show, so they have like the
you gotta take a
little looser
breather.
regulations.
I'm gonna pick up on this tomorrow because I can't do it all tonight. Just
and I guess that's been my concerns because everybody I talk to about it seems like so affected by it.
It's
like,
good.
oh,
It's
man.
definitely worth watching.
Do I need the face that you're making? Do I need to feel that way in my life?
I mean, if anything else, it's just like really interesting how they take like these technologies that aren't very far off, and like just show really like the worst possible scenario of what
How can this go bad?
how can like
let's find out.
like I don't know, there's this one episode where people are, as like a safety precaution, people are born with a chip in their like neural or their like retina, and it records everything that they see. And it's so like you can have reliable eyewitnesses. You can like make sure if your parents can like see what their kids have seen, so they know exactly like if something's going on with them, they know exactly what's like.
Takes away free will.
And basically, this dude ends up obsessed. He like keeps playing back recordings of like him watching his wife interact with this dude, and he finds out that they used to be together, and then like I'm not gonna give it away, but it's basically how he like just keeps playing over these conversations, or like keeps watching them over and over again, and just like starts going crazy about it. And he's kind of right in the end, but it doesn't make it any better. Like it's fucking
Everything's still this way. That definitely check that show out. Yeah, I think it's still on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's still there. Another topic we were sort of jawing about before, Ghostbusters.
I mean they don't have a trailer or a sneak peek out for it or anything.
Nah, just
right?
stills coming out.
Just the girls in the costumes.
I'm kind of like I'm excited. I don't know about you.
I'm not.
Wow.
I mean, maybe I see a trailer, I'll start getting excited. But for now, I'm just
I mean, Kristen Wiig. I love Kristen Wiig. I need to pull up the cast here, see who exactly.
And Jesse
in it.
McCarthy. I think.
Yeah.
She's funny too. She just keeps
She's
getting
just
put
in a
like,
lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's
so
just in
like
so
too
much, and they keep. I mean, I think that she's really funny, but she keeps getting like the same shitty movie to be in.
And the same shitty role.
Yeah.
Like there's this. I don't know.
Just like really mean fat lady.
So we got McCarthy. Hemsworth is in it for whatever reason. We got Kristen Wiig.
Yeah.
Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon, I think, is
Who's
really
Kate
a
McKinnon?
promising young lady. She's on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
She does like Justin Bieber and
Yeah.
stuff. Like,
She's funny. I've seen her.
Yeah, she's funny.
And she's I got promise for her.
She does Martha Stewart, right? Or she does Hillary Clinton.
Garcia
No, she does Hillary Clinton. Andy Garcia.
Andy Garcia
Nice,
is in
yeah.
that Ghostbusters reboot. Yeah.
And Hemsworth is taking the place of like the Janine role.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
For sure.
So but yeah, I've the stills I've seen. I mean, sort of whatever. Like you go online, and I'm a comment reader. Not gonna lie, you want to know what the general public is feeling like. And there's a lot of people that are just bashing on it already. And
well, I think I feel like most of the flack they're getting is like just fanboys who are angry that it's an all-female cast.
still,
Yeah.
like they're still pissed about
They're
that.
still pissed
Yeah.
about that. And I think...
Come on. At this
Come
point,
on,
like
on.
you've had plenty of time to let it marinate,
Yeah.
and either I don't know, just shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up. I don't know. It's I don't
It's
know.
just like reboots with the same exact dynamic. How often has that worked?
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But plus, like, I mean, they would have fucking made Ghostbusters 3 if the cast had agreed to like get together, ever.
Yeah. Well, essentially, the last gen release of Ghostbusters, the game by Atari, is
It's
Ghostbusters 3. Like,
yeah.
you ever get the time, it's sort of a really aggravating game, but just all the voice acting and stuff
Yeah.
on it, they're all there.
Yeah.
It's great.
What did you say that was on?
It was PS3 and 360.
Yeah.
They had like a Wii version, but
Yeah.
this is all cartoony and shit, and not in like a cool real Ghostbusters.
Yeah. Fun fact about the real Ghostbusters. So Bill Murray was Dr. Bateman,
Oh yeah, I love this guy.
and
Do it.
Bill Murray was Dr. Bateman, and I can't. Do you remember the name of the voice actor who was Dr. Bateman in the cartoon? Anyway, the voice actor who played Dr. Bateman in the cartoon Real Ghostbusters also did the voice of Garfield.
Lorenzo Music.
Yeah, and Bill Murray played Dr. Bateman in the live action and Garfield in the live action Garfield movie. So that they have a weird connection
I love
beyond Ghostbusters. Yeah.
And there's parts, I'm pretty sure later on in the real Ghostbusters where Lorenzo Music isn't doing the voice of Venkman, and it's just like, well, this sucks.
Yeah, don't you hate... Okay, side note, when you're watching an animated show and they suddenly change the voice actor...
Shredder.
And they try and they think you don't fucking know. But you know... I don't know. I mean, the only exception was in Avatar when the guy who did the voice of Uncle Iroh died.
Yeah,
And it still wasn't as good, but it was like you had to.
But
And
I don't know. I kind of took that one as sort of an homage to the way he did it because
Yeah.
he tried to do it as close as he possibly could.
Yeah.
And the original voice actor died, and this is just kind of what they had to do to continue with the show. There's no way to just write out Iroh.
Yeah.
As far
I fucking love that show so
that was
good.
a
I still
really
haven't
good
seen I don't know if there's the last season of Korra.
I mean, definitely watch it. It wasn't.
Wasn't as good as the Spirit book or whatever that one.
I think they all have their ups and downs. This one was a good way to end it. I think they ended it in an interesting place. They did some stuff that you weren't really expecting from the show, and it's definitely good. I mean, you should give it a watch.
So is that like all part of the same universe?
Yeah.
Yeah, they see there's Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's 3 seasons, and then after that, the Legend of Korra is about the next Avatar after Aang. There's this girl named Korra,
Okay.
and I like the way that they did it in the show because the last Avatar sort of is like, I guess would be like feudal China, like it's like ancient, but then they progress the story. Like, they don't only make the story, like, further in the future, they update the technology and the way that these people live, so it's more like, the Legend of Korra is more like the Industrial Revolution, whereas it's like the 1880s, and...
So it's just civilization's more developed.
Yeah, and they have
they're also incorporating a lot of stuff in that world into the technology that is like that
like
industrial revolution.
part of firebending is some of them can produce electricity, like lightning.
Yeah.
So they have like firebenders like make powering generators, and
That's pretty cool.
And they have like earthbenders to move.
A lot of the like earthbenders can also bend metal.
Oh yeah,
So
they
have like
I don't know if,
all the police force, like the special police force. They have like these metal cords that they can shoot out and grab people with, and like just ride these zip lines all over the
because
place.
in the first Avatar there was this girl named Toph that taught Aang how to earthbend, and she was this blind girl that like could like feel the earth and like see that way, and she was like the best earthbender ever, and she figured out how to metal bend. And so in the new show, the leader of the police of Republic City is Toph's daughter. So all the police know how to metal bend, and that's how they like apprehend people, and they like swing through the city on like metal cables, and it's like pretty tight. It's
pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, that sounds honestly, because I never gave Avatar Last Airbender. It was all over the place. Never gave it a shot.
Yeah.
But that sounds a little bit cool.
I keep trying to get my girlfriend to watch it, but like the first episode is hard to get through because it's like an hour-long two-parter.
Yeah, I'll get you.
And
I mean,
and the first season is definitely a little slow to pick up if you're not already like into it.
that's why it took me a while, because it was just on. It was this, it was a kid's show, and I'd see it on every once in a while. Someone was watching it, and then it took me a while to really. It was probably one of the episodes in the later seasons where I just locked in, and I was like, oh, there's some cool shit going on in this show.
It doesn't really
Again,
get great
from
until
beginning and to the end.
I don't know. The book 1, Water, is a little boring until you get to the season finale. Is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then the second book, Earth, is a lot more cool. That's when they go to like the sunken library and they're like trapped in the desert. Was so cool.
With the big owl, god being like the keeper of the library.
And then like the secret police in Ba Sing Se, the guys that had like the metal gloves that like shot them out. To, like, or no, they weren't metal. They were stone gloves because they were better.
The Dai Li.
The Dai Li, yeah.
And
the Kyoshi Warriors.
We are fans. The
Kyoshi Warriors were fucking tight too, man.
Yeah.
All
with
that
the fans.
Shit. With the fans.
That was one of the previous Avatars as well.
Yeah, we could talk about Avatar.
Yeah, we spent an entire podcast just talking about it. And like Korra does have a lot of things going for it, but there was definitely a lot of things that I did not like. That they sort of retcon stuff from the original series. Yeah. Like you basically could talk to all your past lives, and then they did something in Korra where that was no longer possible, and I was like, oh, fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
But okay, so
yeah, we got to that, and then you just wanted to say something about this Amazon Prime.
Oh, Amazon Prime Day.
Right,
so yesterday, today's the 16th,
yeah.
Yesterday was the 15th, Amazon Prime Day. I didn't even hear about this shit until it was actually happening, so I just logged on and looked at some of the deals. The first thing I heard from it was an article someone posted about like the stupidest deals of Amazon Prime Day. It's like 30% off wipes.
Like what kind of wipes?
Yeah, you said like
baby
wipes?
Like butt
Yeah.
wipes, like the adult flushable wipes. You get extra clean.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Which I endorse, by those.
Yeah, no, those are
great.
Almost necessary.
I'd say they're entirely necessary.
Well, cause all right.
But just know, in America, we're just like, well, I'm gonna wipe my ass with toilet paper, and that's fine. Even though if you had some shit on your arm, would you just wipe it with some paper?
No.
No, you clean it. Buy the butt wipes. Yeah. They were on Amazon Prime Day. You can still get them.
Yeah, your ass might be slightly hairier than your arm. Also.
It's best to start with the toilet paper to get the bulk.
Yeah.
And then the wipe.
Then you move into the wipe.
Because when you're wiping and it's like, and what's that episode of Parks and Rec? Sometimes I wipe my butt and it's just like a brown marker.
It's just like sometimes I keep wiping and wiping, still poop. It's like I'm wiping a marker. I think that was an outtake, right? Did they actually say that in the show?
It's when he was talking to the doctor.
But I mean, as far as Amazon Prime Day, I saw some stuff. I just got things that like I kind of needed, but nothing crazy. It's like, what average need do you need met with Amazon Prime Day?
Yeah.
Like I bought a beard trimming kit.
That's cool.
And like a thing for my car to dock my phone.
Yeah.
Just because it was cheap. It was like $8, $6.
Yeah.
It's usually $30. Fuck yeah, I'll get some little gadgets.
Little doodads and whatnot.
And they're just trying to clear shit out anyway. They're like, we got a bunch of this shit.
I mean, there was a bunch of good deals on like displays. I saw a $200 36-inch TV that was like cashed out as soon as it was posted up. And I was gonna buy one of the other displays. They had like a 23-inch computer display, and I didn't pull the trigger on that. But it was like $100, and that was a pretty nice display. But there's a bunch of good shit on there. I don't know, Jeremy. You said you heard about it, but
I heard about it, but I was broke. I just went on a camping trip, so that's where all my money went. And so when I got back, I heard about Amazon Prime Day, and I was like, die!
Yeah.
Super! I mean, yeah, I didn't even look on Amazon because I knew.
Let's still look up some of these worst Amazon deals.
Worst
so I can get
Amazon doodlies.
While you're looking that up, I guess we can move on. I don't know. We might as well wrap up what we were talking about earlier with, the what you watching.
What ya watching?
Well, Tony, you're looking that up. Jeremy, we didn't talk about what you were watching. You were camping, though. You were watching.
Well, okay. I've been this past month or so. I have been on a major Star Trek Deep Space Nine kick.
Oh,
Just been rewatching the shit out of that because I don't know. I'm one of those dudes that's like, you don't have to like just Star Wars or just Star Trek. You can enjoy them both.
I never understood that.
Yeah, I never understood that either. But I just I used to watch when Deep Space Nine was on. I remember watching episodes of it with my dad, and sometimes while I'm watching it, I'd be like, I've totally seen this before.
Yeah.
But it's just I like Deep Space Nine a lot. I mean, obviously, the Next Generation is awesome, but I think it's awesome in different ways. Like Jean-Luc Picard, like the Captain Picard's awesome captain. But the Next Generation is like super clean. The Enterprise is run super efficiently. Whenever they run into trouble, it's always trouble from outside. It's never like something that's going on the ship.
Right.
But in Deep Space Nine,
they got a jalopy.
They got a whole thing because Deep Space Nine itself used to be a Cardassian station, which Cardassians are another.
All right, it explains the look of it there. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, okay.
So it's all crazy, and it I don't know. It's the Federation have a presence there, but it's not a Federation-run space station. Oh well, no, the Federation does run it, but it's also like it orbits this planet called Bajor, which is a planet that's trying to apply to become in the Federation, but it's not in the Federation yet. So they have like an agreement where they like do it, and the Bajoran government help run it as well. But because of that, it's like an open spaceport. So everybody from all over the galaxy is coming in, and a lot of them don't fucking like each other. So it's like a lot more interesting because there's a lot more like drama going on, and there's a lot of political intrigue. And I watched an episode recently. It's kind of humorous that Iggy Pop was in.
Yeah.
And he played a Vorta, which is basically the main bad guys in Deep Space Nine are from the Gamma Quadrant, and there's this like the organization known as the Dominion, and there's a wormhole right outside of Deep Space Nine that's like one of the only stable wormholes, so you can get to the Gamma Quadrant, which is actually thousands, millions of light years away from where they are, but you can get there really fast through the wormhole. But they're like the head of the Dominion is this race called the Founders, which are changelings, and that's what Odo is. He just didn't know at the time that he was one of them. But fucking the Dominion genetically engineered two races, the Vorta and the Jem'Hadar. And the Vorta are like leaders and diplomats, and that's what Iggy Pop was.
Wow. And
the Jem'Hadar are engineered as soldiers.
Just like a hard-edged version of a diplomat.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
I could see that.
But it was...
him and like George
You have to
Carlin,
see the episode. It's not even that. It's like he tries to do... Because he wasn't the first Vorta on the show, so like he tries to do that thing, but he doesn't change his voice at all. He's still like, I'm Iggy Pop. And but I don't know, it's cool. I don't know, it's a really cool show. There's also the guy from Reanimator, what was his name?
Jeffrey Combs?
Yeah, he plays a lot of he plays one Vorta named Wei-Yun, and he plays a Ferengi named Brunt, who's like the leader of the Ferengi Commerce Authority, because the Ferengi are like crazy capitalists. And he also I don't know, he plays a bunch of jobs. He's all over the place. Nice. He's an Andorran, the blue guys with like the antenna and the white hair.
Yeah. It sounds. Yeah, I feel like I should check that. That's still on Netflix.
Yeah, it's still on Netflix. And also, I think Captain Sisko, one of the better captains of all of them. I have watched Voyager. It's not my favorite out of all of them. Enterprise, I've watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Is that
of.
the Bacula?
Like, yeah, that's Quantum Leap.
You're ruining the franchise, Bacula.
I don't know if it's that. I just think I don't think it's Bacula's fault. I think they shouldn't have made a prequel to Star Trek because like part of the prequel was they didn't have because it took place right when the Federation made contact with the Vulcans. And like it just started.
Yeah.
That thing just started. And so like their technology isn't as like advanced as it is in the other Star Treks. And I mean it made sense for the 1960s version because it was in the 1960s so they updated. But
right.
If you're gonna don't put Bacula. Anyway, that's what I've been watching. I'm probably gonna watch it later today. The other day I watched I just like binged it so much that I watched like this whole story arc where they lost Deep Space Nine, then the season ended, and then a bunch of shit happened, and then they retook Deep Space Nine. And I watched that all in one day. It was like 7 episodes.
If you like something, why not see it through? That's good. I mean, you're having fun with it. Mm-hmm. As long as you're enjoying what you're watching. Mm-hmm. It's working out for everybody. Did you find your Amazon deals there that were not so dealy?
So we got a few winners here. There's like a lighter bro is one of the first ones that's featured.
It's a lighter, bro.
Yeah. It's a multi-tool that you slip your Bic lighter into that was $15.99 and is $9.99.
Oh man! Wait, like really? Joey and because Joey and Brady were like talking forever about designing a stoner multi-tool.
That's right.
And that's exactly what
What's
that
is. Poker.
We got a TED movie, 8-inch TED Bear rated R.
The
Cafe
Bear is
Express.
rated R.
It's $35 regularly, $15 on Amazon Prime Day.
Oh wow.
We got a Burqa, $11.95.
Okay.
Oh, here's the winner right here. The Adam Sandler 4 movie collection, which does not include Waterboy.
What the hell does it include?
It's Click, Big Daddy, 50 First Dates, and Mr. Deeds.
Oh.
And once we get the website going and we post this episode, I gotta have that picture of the collection because it's just.
Oh my god!
I stole all your money.
That was like those are like those movies aren't.
They're not terrible. I liked Click. I liked 50 First Dates.
I liked Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is okay. Big Daddy was fun.
Well, I think that they should see how stupid America is and come out with the worst of Adam Sandler. So, like a Little Nicky. And
hey, I kind of like Little Nicky.
But the crowning jewel on this other website featuring this looks like a joke. Like I don't know if this is real. I just Googled it just in case this is wrong. But there was a deal for a 55-gallon bottle of Amazon lube. Bottle of lube on Amazon Prime Day. Passion natural water-based lubricant, 55 gallons. Usually,
wow,
$2,600. Amazon Prime Day, $1,300.
That's a steal. That is a steal.
We're gonna have one of those like lube, like wrestling chicks wrestling.
You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy.
Oh man. And while you're at it, did you want to talk about
what you watching?
What I was watching. Let's see. I guess I'd have to do a mention on Inside Out. I saw that one recently. It was Pixar's latest movie. I love Pixar. I love almost all the movies that they've done. This one, I felt like there was something along the way of the rewrites that sort of lost its character in the movie. Once you're obviously the premise of the movie is the emotions inside everybody's head, and they're sort of working how you do what you do on your day to day when you're confronted with a certain situation. They're like, oh, let's make them happier. Let's do this. Let's give this memory. They have one really great joke though. That's like in the subliminal part of the brain where all your long-term memories are kept. There's like guys that are just sort of knocking shit out. They're like, they don't need this anymore. Fuck that. There's that drawing they did in 3rd grade. We don't need that shit. And they just get it like crap it down this hole where all the thoughts get forgotten.
Yeah.
Which obviously comes up in the movie again.
And we go to the forgotten thoughts.
But we got some things that we will just not let go. And they have like their cart of things that they can send up to the brain for whatever reason for reference. Like if someone's trying to recall a memory.
Yeah.
And they got there was just this chewing gum commercial song, like "It's fresh, better dinner." We just send that up there because we're bored sometimes. Probably the best joke of the movie. There's definitely a lot of parts in it. Like once you're inside the kid's head and all the inner workings, that world is great. I loved it there. I just wanted to stay there. Yeah. The actual kid's storyline in the movie is boring. Just not enough going on with it. Apparently there was a rewrite that happened at some point because this was it's not as dark. The original one was the kid was supposed to fall into a coma or become unconscious, and her like emotions in the movie had to help her work through that, and then come back to it. And I thought that sounded great. That sounds awesome because you just be in the head the entire time. And that's the best part of the movie. Yeah. But they had to drop it because it was a little too dark, I guess, and they wound up coming up with this. But if we know Pixar and especially Disney of lately, they're gonna do a sequel, and if they do an Inside Out sequel where she's a little older, maybe the story with her gets a little more interesting, I definitely want to see that. Yeah. The movie was good. It wasn't great. It wasn't Toy Story, Yeah. And I felt like that's what they're trying to go for here. They're trying to go for Toy Story. Yeah. And they have this kid set up as the new Andy, where like they're gonna do these movies every few years, and they're gonna grow up with this generation. That kid's gonna grow up with them. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But I did enjoy it. It's just it had some problems with a few bits in the story, but otherwise it was good.
Yeah, still gorgeous, I'm sure.
Yeah, great. I mean, they always take their friggin' time.
And they had Amy Poehler in it. Amy Poehler.
Yeah. Didn't she write it? She was. I think she was one of the creators.
Was she one of the creators?
Yeah.
A lot of respect for that Amy Poehler.
Yeah, Amy Poehler definitely.
She's all sorts of kicking ass.
Let's see here. Writers. We got 5 credits. Pete Docter. Josh Cooley. No, Amy Poehler not. Amy Poehler did some dialogue. Yeah. She wrote some dialogue, and so did Bill Hader. And Bill Hader also, like,
Bill
that
Hader's
guy's
hilarious.
great. Everything Bill Hader's
awesome.
in.
I love Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. This Hope is an awesome movie.
I just want to see Bill Hader in more stuff, because that guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
And Phyllis Smith was another really good voice. She was in The Office.
Yeah, for sure. As Phyllis.
Yeah, and then she's Sadness in this. So this is great. Perfect. And of course they had to have Richard Kind because it's a Pixar movie. He's already done he did like the sidekick in A Bug's Life.
Yeah.
And now he's in this one. I know he was in another Pixar movie, but he's like an imaginary character in this one, and he's got a good little part. But definitely recommend it. So that's it for mine. What about you, Bri?
I have not been watching a whole heck of a lot variety-wise. We got Hulu Plus about a month ago, and around just in time for Seinfeld to come in, and I've been just chomping at the bits because my girl, I think we've talked about it, is a huge Friends fan.
Oh, yeah.
And we watched maybe like the first 5 seasons, and I just would sit there a lot and just be like, man, they just ripped this off from Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So now she's seeing it, and sort of I hear her grumbling to herself. She's like, they totally did rip this up. Which is satisfying in a way. But yeah, I've just been watching the hell out of it. I think we're getting towards the end of the 5th season. The whole NBC, like Jerry's pilot that he pitches.
It's a show about nothing.
Show about nothing arc. It's just fantastic television. I appreciate the shit out of it. Even episodes I didn't like watch a ton. Like, I just... You know some lines, and then stuff at like the duty free shop, like I like to stop at the duty free shop. Like I hadn't thought about that in years, and I just nice belly laugh like watching this stuff. And that's it's just you think about sitcoms and the way they are, the way they were, like they were just terrible, and this one just sort of broke the mold of that. And just, it's great to think about and sort of just, look back on that show because, I don't know, if you guys have too many feelings about Seinfeld
I like
in general.
Seinfeld.
But,
I've always
saw it. I remember when I was a kid, I distinctly remember watching the series finale when I was in like 5th grade.
Oh, that's not that's not the one you want to remember.
Well, I
had to go out and find it because I heard it was so bad. I never even seen any bit of the series finale, and I had to go and watch it because it's one of the all-time shit on series finales.
Yeah. Like it's just weird and sort of darkish.
Yeah.
And
you're just sitting there in the jail cell.
But it always sort of had that undertone. Like even in the 4th season here, they're talking about crazy Joe Davolo, who's the writer that Kramer doesn't invite to his party. And so he ends up finding Kramer and kicking him in the head, and Newman's helmet saves his life. And this is over the course of 5 or 6 episodes. Joe Davolo ends up dating Elaine at some point, and she goes into his apartment and finds out like sees this like just shrine to her, all these pictures that he's been taking on the side, and he comes out of like his dark room in his apartment, and it's like this weird, creepy scene. It like goes on for a minute, makes you uncomfortable. Like it's just like they had the capacity to just do weird, dark shit. But still, I don't know. Yeah. Amazing show. Watching the hell out of that. Sure, the lady is sick of it. She won't say so. And I'm like, I don't want to keep Hulu Plus and keep paying for this. Like, let's just watch this shit and be done with it. And in between, we've watched a few episodes of Peaky Blinders.
Oh,
I tried starting that, but it just didn't keep capture the interest enough to.
Why is every song in Peaky Blinders a Nick Cave song?
Well, their opening song is that
It's Red Right Hand.
Yeah.
But a lot of other I fucking love Nick Cave, and I watched a couple episodes of that, and I was like, these are just like, did he just like let them use his discography?
yeah.
It looks great. That's the other thing I remember. It just looks really fucking good. The set design, the way the feel of everything, it's great. It looks good.
Yeah.
But
I don't really like the use of the modern music so much. Like Nick Cave, I can understand, but there's other times they use other music. Like, it's one of those I'll probably stick through because the lady likes it. Let's be honest, Cillian Murphy I guess isn't too bad to look at. And,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
I
like
think
him as an
he's
actor.
one of those dudes that should be in more.
Yeah.
He doesn't really ever get the leading guy part. What was it? What was the Red Eye? That was one of the...
Red Eye, he was the bad guy, and that movie kind of fucking blew. Yeah. And he was... he was in...
28 Weeks Later. That's always...
Said 28 Weeks later, he was also in...
Scarecrow. He was also Scarecrow.
There was this Irish movie I watched where he played like one of the founding members of the IRA.
Now, is it Killian or is it Cillian? Because I've heard it said both ways.
I think it's Killian.
He's the big Philly.
Because Cillian Murphy just sounds a bit more Irish.
Yeah, you're right. But
I was using Killian with a K.
Nevertheless,
Nevertheless.
We'll just call him Murph. Or see Murph. Yeah.
Murph, don't let him go, Murph. Don't let him go.
But yeah, that's I'm sort of with you. Like 4 episodes along, there's a chick that's singing at the bar that annoys me. There's a guy who's supposed to be like the badass that he's taken over for, or is trying to like get in good with, that was in The Fifth Element, and he was like the priest's like little. He's Ian Holmes. He's the other younger priest, and he's trying to be a badass in this, and it's kind of funny to watch. But yeah, all right, that's what I've been watching. Besides some old 80s videotapes of the 83 Bears.
The Burst.
The 83.
With commercials.
You know what? I want to do, I think, one more mention of something that I watched, because it was kind of a random occurrence. I actually just remembered that I finished it before we wrap this up. I watched a show that when it first came on, it first aired in 2007 on HBO, and it was called John from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And it only had 1 season. It was a very strange show. They did a lot of interesting stuff with it. I remember watching about 3 episodes, but that was back before I got really into, streaming stuff.
Yeah.
Actually paying for it. So you get the stream sites that are kind of the shitty quality.
Right.
And then eventually John from Cincinnati just couldn't find it. So I dropped the show, and then I came back to it because I have HBO Go now. Thank you, Dad. And I watched the whole first season, and basically the whole premise of the show is there's this guy, you don't really know what his origins are, where he came from. They kind of say he might be Jesus, they kind of say he might be an alien. Basically, as soon as he comes to this like beach town called Imperial Beach, I think it's supposed to be like down by SD. It might be a real place, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
There's this family of surfers where it was like the dad was a surfer, and then the son was a really famous surfer that like changed the game, and he did the thing where I guess they come up on the wave and jump over it. I don't know enough about surf. I have a wetsuit, but I don't really know shit.
He did a cowabunga.
Yeah, he did a cowabunga. And
Triple cowabunga into the end
that kid
zone.
eventually turns to drugs, and now he's just like a junkie loser, and he's got a kid who's starting to get into the surfing thing, and then in like the first couple episodes, the kid breaks his neck. Just like getting into competitions, because nobody wants him to get into competitions because his old man turned out to be a junkie loser because he was in that scene.
Right.
And his grandpa like basically almost had to get his leg what is it?
Amputated.
Amputated. Thank you, Jeremy.
No.
Because of a surfing accident. So they're against it. But this guy shows up, And basically, the grandpa, who's the patriarch of the family, just starts to float. Like, not even with this guy around. He's just, he's on the beach, washing off, and then he just starts levitating out of nowhere. So there's stuff like that. And then the dad, when he starts hanging out with this guy, John, who is the strange alien character, he's no longer has, like, cravings for drugs because he's been doing dope and heroin, all that stuff.
Yeah.
As far as the cast, it had Rebecca De Mornay as the grandmother.
Oh, Rebecca De Mornay.
De Mornay. It had Luke Perry in it.
Luke Perry.
Shoot, where is it? It's Captain Pike. It had Luis Guzman in it. And Ed O'Neill. It's just like weird shit that didn't really seem like it could tie together, but I'm kind of sad that I watched all of it and there's nothing else. You know,
so it's pretty serious.
It was a strange show.
Huh. Yeah, I'm looking at it now because I too also have a daddy donated HBO Go account.
I'd say check it out. There's a lot of like interesting shit that goes on in there. The guy, the main character, the one who's inside the inciting incident, basically the walking inciting incident, is he doesn't ever speak in his own words. He only repeats what other people say and then changes the context of it. So whenever he doesn't understand something, he'll say, "I don't know, Butchie. I guess," because like he told him, "Don't say something else. Just say I don't know, Butchie." So he'll repeat that exact line over and over again whenever he doesn't know something. But I don't know, I just wish I could have seen where they went with it, because it was really, there was something really fucking interesting about it. It was really
it was just one
different,
season, huh?
Just one season. It was created by David Milch. His idea for it, as far as what I've read, was this is what it would look like if God tried to talk to us.
Huh.
So, I mean, he's done a few things. He did Deadwood, Hill Street Blues, NYPD Blue. He did a bunch of things, and he's a showrunner and creator. This one just didn't take. I guess they just never found an audience. It came on right after the Sopranos finale.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and they tried to like put it in that slot, and it was just like, oh, you doomed it from the beginning. Like, no, there's no way.
That sucks.
But it was a good show, and if you have HBO Go, I'd say watch it, because there was something really good about it. But yeah, I mean, that's it for me. We got anything else, boys?
I think I'm good.
Yeah, I feel good about stuff.
I feel good.
All right.
I feel powerful.
Take care, people.
See you next time.
Bye.
That was amazing. You guys changed people's lives tonight.
I know, it was so awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome compared to bullshit.